Hello, welcome to Take Two Tuesday. What are we on? We are on number 82, I think, right? Number 82, welcome. Hi, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Southern California. My throat is a little raspy. I don't know why. But welcome. Welcome to all of you. I see a few of you are here with us today. So I want to say hi to Janet and Anna and Karen and Gail. I know there's some people over on Instagram. I can't see you guys on the chat, but I know you're there, so you're not forgotten. Thanks for joining me. Who else is here? Rochelle. Hi, Veer Blue, one of our early people all the time. Welcome to all of you. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday and that you are enjoying your summer wherever you are. I know summer is getting, well, realistically, there is a lot more summer left date-wise, but everybody's going back to school and back to work, and so all of the fun is over. It's time to get back to all the boring stuff, right? A quick question for you. I asked these, I forgot last time on Take Two Tuesday, I forgot to tell you what we do here on Take Two Tuesday. I haven't mentioned it for a couple weeks. So once a week, we gather here together here at the Stamps of Life. Again, I'm in South Orange County, and we do a live stream here where we go back in time and we take a second look at some stamps, some dies, some products from the Stamps of Life. There's some items that are, to many of you, are brand new items because you've never seen them before. Maybe you just found out about us in the last year or two. And then for some of you, you already have these items. So this is like a refresher course. We're reminding you that you want to get these items out and you want to use them. That's the key for you who have been around for a while. So get these items out, use them. If you want to get them, if you're new and you don't have any of these items, they are on the website. I checked. Most everything is in stock. Okay. Once a week we gather together doing this and we'll have some fun. We'll go over the items. I'll show you some card samples. We'll do a little bit of die cutting, a little bit of stamping today. We're going to play the Millionaire game. Who wants to be a millionaire? Pretend version. Okay. But we'll try. I think we've got about halfway through the questions, so we'll work on that together. And we have some fun facts about scarecrows today. So I think there's something for just about everybody. I hope you guys will have fun. At the end, we will do a quick devotional from our Bibles. Will be in Proverbs 29. Yeah, 29, verse 8 and 9, if you want to look at the exact verses. But if you want to read the whole chapter while we're going over these items, you can do that to get you ready, prepared. I really hope you guys are not just on Tuesdays with me, but throughout the week you're reading your Bibles. I really think that God wants to speak to you and he has good plans for each and every one of you. But the best way I think that we can hear from him is when we're reading the Bible for ourselves, or maybe we're hearing somebody else who's a good Bible teacher sharing God's word with us. But then we can also hear from God through our daily circumstances, the things that we encounter. If we look around at nature, there's all kinds of different ways. So we just want to be in tune with that, to be alert for that. So I hope you guys are trying to do that. I try my best. Some days I hear a lot from God and some days I don't, to be quite honest. But I think it's just a matter of us, again, tuning in and paying attention. That is the most important thing. So let's all tune in today and see what God will say to us as we get together and share some time in his word. But beyond this, whatever you're doing, God wants to bless each of you. And I hope you know that he loves you and that Jesus loves you. And to God, to Jesus, each of you, you're very, very special. I want you to know that. Okay, again, thanks for joining me. So we're going to get started. I almost had our question to go. So since we're thinking of summer, tell me, and this is where you got to jump in the chat and help me out, okay? Because some of the time the chat moves kind of slow here, but I'd love to have you guys jump in anytime, okay? Any comments, add in the chat. If you're watching later at a later time, add your comments down below me in the comments section down below, okay? But the question is, where is the farthest place you have ever traveled during the summer? Where is the farthest place you have ever traveled during the summer? So add that in the comment section there. Want to hear what you guys say? You can all share your answers. For me, I think the farthest I've ever gone is Hawaii. I have been to Hawaii a couple times during the summer, though recently we've been going in the fall, but I think during summertime, the furthest I have been is Hawaii. So let's see who's gone further than that. Oh, Jill's already way past me. Paris, France. Yep. Niagara Falls. That might be close. Rochelle. Yep. Susan says Hawaii. Dawn, been to California. Dawn, do you live? Are you New Jersey? Where do you live, Dawn? Because if you're across the United States, then that's a pretty big trip. Amanda says Jamaica. That is fun. Kellyanne says, yep, from Pennsylvania. That's all the way on the East Coast to California. Good. All right, so we've got some travelers. Caribbean Islands says Anna and Don. Oh, Don, you're from Florida. That is pretty far. You're way on the East Coast too. So we've got some traveling. Yeah, so traveling time is just about done for this summer, I think, right? Lisa, I didn't go. Well, we went to San Diego not this last weekend, but the weekend before. And we had a fun time once we got there, but it was crazy traffic going down and crazy traffic coming back. It was just crazy. Hi, Polly. Larissa says Germany, Italy, Peru. Wow. All from San Francisco. That is some big trips for Larissa. All right. So let me tell you what's going on. You see that ticker below me? I want you to remind you this Thursday is you see it says big day. Big day. Why is that? Because we've got a lot going on. We're going to have our live stream. Normally that's Stephanie's Crafting Corner, but that's been kind of washed out because we have a Stamps of Life card kit reveal. That's for the club members. That will be revealed, and you can join the club that night as well and get the brand new kit. So Stephanie will introduce the kit. That same night, there's going to be a flash sale going on. Let me see the items that are on the flash sale. I think I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I am going to take a look and I'm going to say, yeah, I bet you want to check this out. The 15th. Oh, yeah, there's some good ones. You're definitely going to want to join us on Thursday night. Those items, the brand new items, will be on flash sale. So we'll probably do that the first half of the presentation. Then we're going to switch over during that same presentation to the HSN Craft Day sneak peek. So Stephanie will be revealing the items that she's going to take on air next Monday and Tuesday. They have 2 days for the craft day. This time it's kind of spread out. I don't think it's full days, but she'll be making an appearance scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. So Stephanie will introduce those items on Thursday night. So that should be a lot of fun. If you haven't been to our website lately, let's see what's up there. Let me switch you over to our website, show you what's going on there. We do have a couple new items. One did sell out. Oops, sorry. One did sell out. That was the congrats. Hit the notify me button. I'm going to hit it too. It reminds me of when this comes back in stock. So hit that notify me button right there and you will get an email. See if I'm signed in. Nope, I'm not even signed in. Don't spam me when you see my email address. So I'm going to get that notification. I hit the notify me button. It says it's been saved. So good. When that item comes back in stock, you will get a notification. Now, I did find about 20 of these. I shipped them up to Utah yesterday, so they should be arriving on Wednesday. They might be back on the website Wednesday or Thursday. So watch for that. Not very many. We'll get more, but I did find 20 here at our Laguna Hills warehouse, so I shipped those up. Then we have these cool ones. This Party Time card die set is really nice A2 size card. It's got those party hats on the side. And if you watch Crafting Corner, last week Stephanie made a really nice card with that collection, okay? So that's on the website. You'll see some of the new items there are a couple items that are still on flash sale because of our customs. Excuse me. I'm going to hit the mute button here. Because of our custom problems, we've got an extra shipment of these guys. The Happy Summer, 5x7 Turtle, and Grand Side. So those are still on sale because we have too many of them. So our problem becomes a chance for you to save a little bit, get something fun at an extra good price. Let's see. So I told you about then our store day. We do have a store day coming up if you didn't hear. We're going to have a store day on Saturday. Ooh, can I find my name here? Let's see. Sometimes this works, sometimes. Oh, it's working today. Great. So we're going to have a store day on Save the date. Our store day is, oops, can't see it. Oh, let me get rid of that banner. There we go. So our store day is what? Saturday, October 18th. Save that date. Tell your friends. Stephanie will be here. We'll have a demo in the back like we did last time. We'll have new products too with us. So that's going to be fun. What else? Store day I told you about. Website. Oh, then the new card kit is coming out this. Where's my little note? No, I don't have a note for this one. No. Well, anyway, this Friday, a brand new card kit will come out. You'll find all about it on Thursday night if you watch the presentation on Thursday night. But Friday, I'll be shipping the brand new card kit. So if you're a card kit club member, you'll start getting notifications Friday morning that your club shipment is on its way. Maybe a few of you will get it on Saturday, probably mostly it'll start being Monday, Tuesday next week. But we're going to ship that on Friday. And again, you can join the Card Kit Club if you want to. All right, we are going to get started with the rest of our stuff. Let's see, we've gone through all of that extra stuff. Let's see our first item up. And hello, Rita. Hello, Anna. There's Alyssa again. Anna, hi. Karen, and I said hi earlier. Great. Okay, I think we're all caught up on those. Let's see. Our first item. I don't know if I got these right. Yes. Little Peeps, Kirstin. We have a stamp set and die set. This is from October of 2021. It's about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we brought these out. It is a stamp set with matching dies. Nice combination. You could use them together or separate. It's up to you. Most people like to get both of them together. Let me get rid of this real quick here. I want to see my name here the whole episode. So let me show you on the website, okay? And I do have a few card samples, but let's go ahead and take a look at this. There it is on the website. You get 12 stamps made in the USA. The largest stamp, the little Kirstin doll, is about 2 inches by 3 inches. And then if you scroll down, you will see the die set. And there should be some more little peeps. There they are. Go down a little bit further. You got sports, Miller, giraffes, all kinds. Most of the clothes you can mix and match and use them on different characters. So scroll down, you can see all the different little peeps there. And of course, the stamper's secret weapon is nice to have whenever you're stamping. Really helps your impressions. Let's see the ideas we have here. Let me see if I can enlarge those. There we go. So we'll have a few ideas for you on the website. They all look nice. I don't think I have any of these here with me. So I have a different batch of card samples here. So we'll have something different to show you. That'll be fun. So those are all on the website. You see, you can use it any time of year. If you want to dress her up for Halloween, you can do that. Or here's a Christmas example. That looks springtime or summertime to me. That's definitely summer theme. So family, it says. All kinds of different ways. There will be a video there. Whoop, we don't want to listen to that. Okay, so that is there. Then I show you the die. I can show you the dies. Maybe. There we are. And what do you get? 5 dies. So you're going to get the Kirstin and then a shadow and then a dress with the shadow. And then this little one here that does a bunch of different little bows and buttons and stuff. So that's kind of fun. So that's on the website. And then let me show you my card samples that I have here with me in studio here. And they are, oh, no. We did see that one. We did see that. I didn't mean to lie, but I guess I didn't tell the truth. These samples are, I think all of these samples were on the website. I don't know why I thought I had not seen these samples, but here we go. Ooh, it's looking a little dark over there today, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay. Here we go. Let's go through these. This is our I think all of these are A2 size cards, but nice, pretty colors. And that's a card for your friend right there. Good one. And there's that family card we saw. Now this is Kirstin in the middle, and that would be Miller and Liam. So everybody is all together. If you like any of those. If you need one for a little boy or a little girl, we have both of them. I think there's also a Katie. And a couple more here still. This one says, everyone should have a friend like you. So that's on a mini slimline. Everyone should have a friend like you on a mini slimline. Let's see what we have going here. And let's see. Oh, Anna, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Your first time, it says. Great. Welcome. And there's our Friends Forever with Christmas theme. And one more. And then that's back to, I thought, spring or summer looking. That doesn't work. Scoot back. Scoot over. One of those ways. Hello, it says. Hello, friend. All right. Let's go ahead and switch over. I'm going to switch over to my work table here. And we're going to get these dies, stamps, and we're going to do a little stamping and a little die cutting. So I'm going to add those there. It's always fun to have new people. So welcome. Hi, Ellen. Thanks for coming to watch. Let's see. Okay, so I've got those. I'm going to stamp first. So let me go ahead and move my machine out of the way. I'm just going to try to slide it over this direction. It'll still be here, but hopefully that gives me enough space. And we'll bring our stamping pad there. Here's one of our card samples. We'll put those up there so you can kind of see what we're working on. Now, as you know, mine will not look this fancy or this pretty, but at least I can give you a general idea of how the stamping works. We have some great artists, designers here at the Stamps of Life on the design team, and they just do really awesome jobs. Like I said, I could give you a very basic card, but it won't have all the pretty colors and different ideas that you'll see on these cards that might really inspire you. But I will do my best. So let's go ahead and stamp. We're going to do this, stamp this image on a couple of, well, we will use the Kirstin stamp and we'll maybe do it twice. And we'll color a little bit. And maybe we'll cut out some clothes for it. That's what we'll do. We'll take out, I'll go ahead and I will stamp this. That's the large image. And then I'll take the clothes and maybe the bows and we'll die cut with those little small pieces. Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's the plan. That is the plan. So let me find a block that is big enough for this. I believe it will just barely, yeah, just fits on that. So that's good. Always, you don't have to, but the closer you can get your block to fit your stamp, kind of the better results will be. This would still work if you have a really big block and you use this stamp on a big block. It'll still work, but it's the best because you're closer to the stamp. You have a little more control. I like to get blocks that are as close to the image size as possible. I do have some other big blocks here, some small blocks here that wouldn't work, but this would be my preference. And let's get our ink. And let's go ahead and get some ink on this. Well, there will not be any ink on that because it is a custom color, so we don't want to use that one. Oh, what happened to my licorice? I had a licorice custom color. Let's see now. Now, doggone it, I just had a licorice pad here yesterday. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is, buried under some stuff I should have cleaned up. Okay, so there's licorice black. It just shows up best, so that's why we're using that. You can use any color you want, but I'm going to use this licorice black here. So you're watching to make sure all the lines get filled in. Our ink pads have a lot of ink in them, so you don't really have to push down or press down, just mainly filling those lines, okay? So I'm just going to take a peek. It looks like everything has ink on it. I have my secret weapon underneath me, which this is just like a cushy foam. Gives you a little bit of, helps out with your images. It's nice to have something soft there when you're pressing down. And let's go ahead and add that image there. All right, there's one. Oh, that line's not quite as good as I'd like it to be. So let's try one more. Looks like I got a little bit of too much ink on that one side. So we're going to try one more. And I'm not much of a colorer, but I'll do a little coloring. We'll at least color in some hair here. We're going to get that on there. I have a question for you guys. Do you have any kids or grandkids going back to school right now? Have they started back to school, or are they getting ready to go back to school? Our grandkids will be starting next Monday. So add in the chat, do you have any kids or grandkids going back to school? Have they started already? Or do they start next week? Or gosh, a long time ago, didn't schools like used to start in September or something like that? Well, at least in California they did, but I guess that's all kind of changed. So let me know. Rita says, Ken, I ordered a wishing well can. Can you show me some cards so I can have an idea to do the card, please? Rita, if you go on the website and just type in wishing well, you're going to find ideas right there. But I think I actually do have that on the list of items coming up. I feel like I do. So be watching one of the episodes coming up pretty soon. Might have the wishing well on it. We'll watch for that. If you miss the live episode, it's of course, blah, 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 it is recorded. Okay, recorded. Let's see. Great grandkids started. Ruth, Debbie, you have great grandkids already. I don't believe it. Gail says she's going back to school herself next Tuesday, August 25th for Beth's granddaughter. Great. Yep, it is school time. So I'm going to go ahead and just color a little bit. Not hard to do. Making sure I'm staying in the lines. And of course, I'm sure some of you guys have some really nice markers. So this would be a nice one to use it on. We're giving her blonde hair. So I'm just kind of showing you how we can do that real quick. You could do a black hair. You could do a brown hair, red hair, brown. I said right. I guess you could even make her have gray hair, right? If you want her to be like a grandma or something like that, I guess you could do that. So I'm just kind of filling that in. I won't color all of it, but just to give you an idea kind of how it's going to look. It's real easy to do. You just spend a little more time. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to cut out a couple of, I did see, no, I don't have, this is kind of weird, but I don't have a black marker. We'll give her like some little freckles. Well, that's probably a little bit too much, but see, this one had a finer tip. I should have used this one. I should have used that tip. So maybe this little Kirstin has chicken pox or something like that, right? We'll call it that. Chicken pox. But she's smiling. She's still happy. But let's go ahead and we'll move this off to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and let's die cut some clothes and some hair bows there. Okay. So I'm going to move everything out of the way, kind of keep it together, because you know what? After every one of these episodes, I have the worst time finding all of the items that we use. So if there are 8 dies, there will always be one that's missing. If there are 7 stamps, well, I'll find 6, but number 7 is not to be found. So again, there's got to be some kind of system I could be more organized when I use these items, but I haven't figured it out yet. I'm in this just one little table here, and I put everything either on the desk to the right or on the ground, and yet things are still missing. Doesn't make sense. So let's go ahead and grab a couple of these dies out of here. Again, these are all the way from back in October of 2021. So it's very possible that some of you have these and you have forgotten about them. And of course, any of the ideas that I show you, it works with the Liam or the Miller or Katie or even the other the animal characters. So there's lots of different ways to use this set. Whatever you're seeing me do with this one can also be applied to the other little Peeps collections. Okay. All right, let's put that to the side. We're going to use that, and I don't need the border die. I'm going to put that back because I don't want to lose it. So what did I do? I put it right back on here. So I hope I don't lose that later. And let's find some kind of pattern paper. Let's try a pattern paper here. That'll give a little bit of color for the dress. And then we can make a matching bow too. We'll make a matching bow. And there's some little extra pieces there, buttons and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll run it through. If I have, oh, both of my cutting pads are here already. That's good. So let's go ahead and take that cutting pad, put it on the bottom. Got our dies, our pattern paper, cutting pad on top, and then we'll just run it through the machine. And that was easy, not much cutting there. So let's see what we have. So then we can take these die cuts and let's see, we've got a bunch of little things there. What can we do? What can we do? We got that. The dress pop out. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. So we have two options for, so this pattern paper had two different patterns on each side. So let me show you the different things we could do. So again, I'll show you the samples that I had. This is from the design team. So those are some ideas again for you. But for me, this is the Kirstin and I had die cut with chicken pox. We're calling it, all right, chicken pox. And so there's her little dress. And you could add bow up there to her hair. You've got that. Let's see. Some of the other collections have shoes, so you could add shoes. This one does not. And then remember I said that it came with, this pattern paper had an option on the other side. So you could also flip it over and have her dress be that color. So there are two options just from that one piece of pattern paper. And you'd probably want to switch the bow around. That's good. And then, do I have any epoxy dots that would match any of this? White would probably work. I see, like in that example up there, our designer used a little white dot right there on the bow. That looks good. Maybe you go there in the yellow hair, so it kind of stands out a little bit more. But there are some ideas, different things that you can do with this one. The little peeps. Is that too bright? Hope you guys can see that. It looks really bright on my screen. Let me turn that brightness down a little bit. I think that's better. So that's little Peeps Kirstin dressed up a little and easy to do. Of course, you can die cut it. If you die cut with this, you're going to get paper pieces out of it. And then this outside will give you the shadow if you like to have the shadow option. So let me show you what that would look like. This is a shadow. You can see the line around it. So our designer used a shadow. Same thing on this one and this one. Let me see our other ones. Now here are these three guys do not have the shadow. See how that's missing on the outside? There's, oh, that one does here a little bit of shadow, but you can see this little Liam guy, he has no shadow around him. So can you see the difference? Shadow, which is the white border, and your shadow could be any color. It just happens to be white on these designs. White behind, no white behind. So that's without shadow. So you can do either one of those versions with this collection here. Okay, that's the Stamps of Life, Little Peeps, and we are gonna, so I'm done with that one. Kirstin Little Peeps, all done with that. I'm gonna put all that off to the side. Doing my best to keep everything together. And I'm gonna, there's a few pieces on there. We'll come back and die cut here again in a minute, but we are going to play our game, our Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game now. So we're going to go for it. We're going to try to get really rich today. Pretend, right? Remember, pretend. So if we win, don't be emailing me asking for, don't be emailing me asking, asking me for your cut because this is pretend millionaires. All right. Pretend. Rochelle says, I wish I could make some cards. Rochelle, why can you not make cards? Do you not have time today? I'm sure you have all the items to do it. So you got to do it. Ruth, Debbie says you could put a box, basket, a bowl, all that kind of fun stuff with your, Little Peeps. Yep, you can do that. Good. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Larissa says, welcome to the club, Ken. We all lose stamps and dies. I know. It's just amazing how they just disappear. Just disappear. Okay, I think I have my game loaded. It says it's loading. Well, let's see. Is anything going to happen? Loading. I'm going to have to refresh the page here. Hang on 1 second. I don't know. I thought it'd be ready to go. I went through all the commercials already. Let me see. No. Let's try again. Okay, there it is. No, it's going to make me watch the ad. Now, darn it. I don't want you guys to have to watch the ad. No, it says play now. Great. Oh, no, it says your game will... Now this guy's talking to us. So hang on. Let me play these commercials. I will stall for a second while the commercials are getting played. So I asked you about grandkids. Oh, well, at least I can tell you what's coming up next. Our next item is going to be, after we get through these commercials, we're going to do the Scarecrow Slimline Folded. So this will be fun. Fall's kind of coming up. This can be used for fall cards, for Halloween cards, whatever you want to do with this. So this is going to be, oh, it says play. So we're going to switch over. I stalled long enough. Okay, I've got the page. Now you guys are going to help me. They give us a good amount of time. There's no rush on these. So I am going to, if I know the answer on my own, I will go ahead and answer. But they usually give us 4 options. So in the chat, you're going to have to tell me what option you think is the best. If we have multiple guesses, we're just going to go with the one that you guys guessed the most. Just trust in whoever got the most votes is right. Does that mean it's going to be right? No, but we'll try. And we've only got like halfway through this one. So this one's kind of challenging. The questions get more and more difficult. Okay. So here we go. Let me see. I'm going to share that screen with you. And where is it? Present. Not quite that good at this yet. Where is it? Share screen. I should have this down by now, to be honest with you. But okay, there is our screen. I'm sharing it with you. You should be able to see that. It says, who wants to be a millionaire? It's jumping all over the place. Why it does that, I don't know. Let me try to get rid of these commercials. Okay, that seems to help a little bit. And let me find where I can see your answer. So here we go. Make sure you help me in the chat. All right, I'm counting on you guys to help me out. This is just for fun. We're just hanging out, doing something, making us think a little bit, using our brains. It's fun to craft, but we can do some other things too. Okay, here we go. Question number 1 on who wants to be a millionaire. I hope you can hear the music because it makes it more dramatic. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, great. Question number 1. Which of these words is also a type of breakfast cereal? We all know this one, right? Which one of these words is a breakfast cereal? Cheerios. Now, the key is that I don't click the wrong button, right? Here we go. Cheerios. Okay, we got one. The questions will get harder. Which is the largest city in the state of Illinois? In Illinois, which is the largest state? Is it Detroit, Philadelphia, Nashville, or Chicago? Largest city in Illinois is D, Chicago, right? D, Chicago. Okay, next. We did that one. Next, question 3. What is an anaconda? Ooh, this is getting more challenging. What is an anaconda? I think it's a snake. What do you guys say? Is it B? Snake? Let me know if I'm wrong. Susan says B. Snake, Ellen. All right. B. One B. Good. Question number 4. What is the main diet of the elephant? Ooh, now it's getting trickier. What do elephants eat? All mammals? No. Fish? I don't think so. Either insects or plants. What do elephants eat? I'm guessing plants. What do you guys say? My guess is plants. What do elephants eat? Plants. Everybody's saying plants. So far, I got a couple plants. All right, let's go plants. Where are we at now? We'll be rich today. What was the name of King Arthur's sword? Uh-oh. What was the name of King Arthur's sword? Excalibur, Excelsior, Exception, Excellent. I think it's Excalibur, but I'm not sure. Somebody help me out. Excuse me. That should be B. Oh boy. We got A's, B's. Escalator. All right, Kelly. Escalator. Ruth says Excelsior. Oh no, we're in trouble. I'm gonna go A, but this is like 50-50. Did we? I'm gonna use the 50-50, okay? Because you're not doing it. Okay, Excalibur. Just want to make sure that this because the game would have been fun. Like a race, but I wasn't sure, 100% sure it wasn't Excelsior. All right, next question. Which of these is not a member of the famous Bridges acting family? Is there a Jeff Bridges? Is there a Bo Bridges? Is there a Matt Bridges? Is there a Lloyd Bridges? I say Matt is the missing one. No. Bridges. Jeff Bridges I've heard of. Bo Bridges I've heard of. Lloyd Bridges I've heard of. I say it's Matt. Yeah, everybody's saying Matt. Okay, thank you. Yeah, good. We're moving along here. Next up. Next question for $4,000. We're going to party today. D is the international car registration letter for which country? D. International car. Italy? No. Germany? I think it's Germany. C, Spain. D, Switzerland. D is the international car, so I think that means it's the first letter on your car license plate. Germany is also Deutschland or something like Deutschland, or Germany. Ellen says, Roy says Spain. Do you have any other votes? Ellen and Polly are different. I think it's Germany. No other votes? Not a clue, Susanna. I think how you say Germany in German is starts with not a clue. We're going to try this one. Woo! They didn't give me my answer for a long time. I thought we might have missed that one. All right. We're up to 8,000. 8,000. What does this say? Bar and horseshoe are types of what? Bar and horseshoe are types of what? A magnet, a saw, a hammer, or a protractor? Does anybody know? I don't know this one. Bar and horseshoe are types of what? Magnets, saw, hammer. You guys are going to have to help me on this one because I don't know. Or a protractor. Magnets. Anybody else going to back it up? Well, I said magnet. We got two magnets. I've never heard of a horseshoe magnet. Hey, okay, you guys got it. Go on, you do. Love you guys. I didn't know that one at all. I would have just been guessing. 16,000. We're up to 16. Russia was a former kingdom that became a powerful military state in which country's empire? I think it's Germany. I think it's Germany again. What do you think? Prussia was a part of what? Poland, Russia, Germany, or Hungary? Hi, Jeff. Anybody help me out? Do I need to phone a friend? Nobody's voting on this one. Germany, says Polly. Anybody else? Polly, did you only say Germany? Because I think Ellen says Germany. I think it's Germany. Any more votes? Nobody? All right, we're going to try Germany. All Eva, uh-oh, now it's getting tricky. Germany, says Bruce. Let's try it. Yeah. All the answers are Germany so far today. Now we're up to 32,000. I don't think we've ever made it this high. Whose maiden name was Moffat? Billie Jean King, Margaret Court, Maria Bueno, Chris Evert. So these are tennis players. Who had the last name Moffat? Maiden name was Moffat. Billie Jean King, Margaret Court, Maria Bueno, or Chris Evert? Any tennis fans? There are some tennis players from the past. You remember back? I remember seeing Chris Evert play, but I never saw any of the other ones. All he says Margaret. Whose maiden name was Moffat? Hey, the answers went away. Billie Jean King, says Ellen. I need more A's. What happened to our answers here? This is tricky. Is this the A? A. Okay, we're going to go A. Never heard that one, so way to go. You did it. I'm proud of all of you. 64,000. 64,000. Oh, Randy Moffat played for the San Francisco Giants. Thanks, man. I wouldn't have heard of that. Which of these countries is one of the world's largest producers of vanilla? Who makes vanilla? Mongolia, Argentina, Madagascar, or Nigeria? Where does vanilla come from? Does anybody know? I think we're going to have to ask for help on this one. Let me know if you know, because I don't. My guess is it's either C or D, one of those African countries. C. Oh, we got a lot of C's there, so we're going with that. You guys know? Yes, one. You were wrong. You said Argentina. We are up to 125. Which Italian wine region does Chianti come from? Does anybody know wine? Does anybody know wine out there? I do not know anything about wine. Which Italian wine region does Chianti come from? I think that's how you say it. Piedmont, Lombardy, Galicia, or Tuscany? We have to ask for help. We have to ask for help. I have to ask for help on this one. No answers rolling in. My guess would be Tuscany, only because, well, no, I've heard of Calabria too. Anybody? Nobody knows their wine. Chianti. Is that how you say it? Chianti? Okay, we're going to go ahead and ask. We're going to phone a friend. See what happens. D, says Susan. Tuscany. Anybody else? Tuscany, says Larissa. I don't want to waste it. Tuscany? Okay, Susan and Larissa, this is you. And here we go. Yes, good one. We're getting way up there. 250,000. This, what is that? The boilable is a part of which item of sporting equipment? What? What is that word? I got to get my glasses. I can't read that word. This foible is a part of which item of sporting equipment? What? Foible. Oh, the foible is a part of which item of sporting equipment? Has anybody heard of foible? Foible? Is it from a javelin, a bow, a fencing sword, or a squash racket? Help me with this one. Foible. Got one vote from Anna. She's saying it's a fencing sword. Anybody else? Fencing sword, says Ellen. All right, we're going to do it. Oh. Yes. Big money. Big money. Question is for 500,000. 500,000. What is a peruke? Now nobody can Google this. No Googling. No cheating. What is a peruke? it a horse-drawn cart, a wig, a ceremonial sword, or a falcon? Peruk. P-E-R-U-K-E. What is a peruk? Is it a horse-drawn cart, a wig, a ceremonial sword, or a falcon? We need help. Does anybody know this one? Nobody's jumping in yet. Wig. Ooh, Ruth says a wig. E says Susan. Got a couple votes for the wig. No idea, says Anna. Larissa's got a question mark. Okay, we've got 2 votes for this, so we're just going to try to go. I think Ruth might know this one. B. Oh, we got a couple of more B's here. Let's see. Let's try it. Yeah. If we get this one right, this live stream will come to an end. I will go home and celebrate. Who wants to be a millionaire? Here we go. For $1 million. No pressure, because it's not real money. We're just having fun. The order of the chrysanthemum in which country's highest order? We just talked about this not too long ago. Like the chrysanthemum is the flower of Japan or something, right? So I'm saying it's Japan. Anybody else? I could be wrong. These other countries might like chrysanthemums too, but I'm voting Japan. Anybody else? Ella says Japan. Ollie says Japan. Susan says D, which is Japan. All right, we're going to do it. We're not even going to ask for help. We're going to do this all on our own. We use 150-50. Yes! I did it. Wow. Okay, goodbye. Just kidding. I'm back. Good job, everybody. Jeffrey, I didn't see any answers from you in that one. How come you weren't helping us out, buddy? How come you were not helping us out? Okay, let's stop sharing that one. And let's see. Let me fix some things here. That was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Hey, what happened? Where'd I go? That time I disappeared. I didn't even mean it. Let's see. Polly, how can we do a card with the Apple folded card set and a mini Apple stamp set? The one that goes with the wheelbarrow stamp set, and make a card with both. That's a lot, Polly. I don't know what you're asking. If you have the wheelbarrow, you could just put one big jumbo apple and then look. You just have to test it out and see how it looks, or put a whole bunch of the little apples in it. I don't think that little apple has a die, does it? So you might have to hand cut those. I'm not sure. But if you have the apple to stamp from the Stamps of Life, those apples would probably fit in there if there's any small ones. We do have some other apples on the website. All right, let's move on. Oh, I didn't switch this little thing down here at the bottom. Again, thanks, everybody. We're millionaires today, so remember that. Go out and buy whatever you want today. Have a great time. Don't listen to me. Don't go start charging all kinds of stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just pretend I didn't say that. Okay, the Scarecrow is also from, what does it say? October of 2021. Just 2 dies in this one, 2 dies. I'm going to set this off to the side and we're going to work with this. Let me show you a couple of card samples. This might be, let me see if I can show you over here. I might not be able to because they're all tall. They're slimline. They're all slimline, so they're a little bit taller. So here's some fun ideas. Let's see if this works or not. I might have to show you on camera 1. Oh, get back there. All right, he has to really bend down low to get in the shot. Let's see a little bit. So there it is. Let me show you what you get. That's the slimline set. There's one card idea. And let's see what else we have. Let's go to our next one. This is great for got fall coming up, and that's what it says. Happy fall. You've got your little guy there, and he has his pumpkin. Cool looking scarecrow. And our last scarecrow, one more. I only have 3 samples. Can you believe that? It's the fun one, but I only have. So let's see if we can make him peek in the window. Woo. Hi, guys. So you can see a little bit more up close. Look, just mixing and matching with a bunch of different papers. Let's make this guy say hi. How's it going today? Good to see ya. All right, so there's the whole gang. Let's back them up. And whoops, one down. I do have some fun facts for scarecrows. Oh, scarecrows, they kind of use them for protecting fields and all that kind of stuff. So I do have a question for you. Have any of you ever worked on a farm, or have you owned a farm where you had like big fields where the birds would come and try to get whatever you were growing? Have any of you ever owned a farm or worked on a farm? I would go back a few times when I was a kid. I went back to my grandfather's farm in Missouri, but they were just growing like hay. So you didn't have to manage it or anything like that. And they would just come and cut the hay down and roll it up into big bales and feed it to the cattle. Have any of you ever worked on a farm like where they were growing some type of crops and they had to use maybe a scarecrow like the ones we're showing you today to protect it? Has anybody ever done that? Worked on a farm or owned a farm? Either one. Jump in the chat and let us know. I'm sure some of you are farmers are out there, or maybe you lived on a farm at one point in your life, right? So let's see. Karen says, nope, she never did that. Let's see. Shelly says, I need to find that one. Yep. Yeah, you got a lot of stash to go through, right? Sure, some of you have this scarecrow. You want to use it. It's the time. It's the season for scarecrows. So have any of you farmed or owned a farm or anything like that? No farmers, Veer, no. Larissa's got to go. See ya, Larissa. You can watch later. Thanks for joining us today. Happy birthday to Stephanie. That's right. Yesterday was Stephanie's birthday. Again, thanks everybody for our Millionaire questions. That was fun. What are we going to do here? We're going to go ahead and, I better show you this on the website first. Let me show you on the website. There might be more ideas over there, so that would be good for us to see. Okay, so on the website, you've got, we saw Little Peeps Kirstin. We already did that, so let's go back over that. Anna says her grandfather had a small farm, but she doesn't remember having a scarecrow. Polly said, yep, my aunt had a farm and I helped take care of 2 horses. Fun. There we go. There's our scarecrows. And am I on? Yeah, I'm on screen there. And let's see, I believe there are more samples. So let's go through those. Again, from October of 2021. And see, you can combine it and kind of add up. This would also work like with a little box behind it. A little background. That's exactly what I was thinking. See, adding the fence. If you have a fence, you can add that to your scarecrow. Does that look great? Got some flowers there. There it is on a slimline card. So actually putting it on the card. I think we have that one here in studio with us. And that one too. And there's, look, even decorations for your front door. So if you have a nice wreath like that, you can just add them right in there on the center. There's a little stuffy. Again, almost 4 years ago, there's a video, all that good stuff on the website. And there's some other fall stuff below. If you need pumpkins, we've got those. If you need a gnome for fall, he's down there. Acorn, more pumpkins, owls, leaves, all of that. If you just go on the Scarecrow page, you'll find all of that. I'm going to go and do our fun facts right now before we die cut. Okay, our fun facts for scarecrows. So it talks about you can dress up as a scarecrow. Okay, so scarecrows were originally made to do exactly what their name suggests. They were supposed to scare off crows and other birds that might ruin the farmer's crop. So there was a purpose behind them. Scarecrows have been around longer than you might think. The first scarecrow, can anybody guess? If I get blank this out, I blank it out. More than 3,000 years ago. For some reason, I think it was Egypt. Oh, it says the next one. They were first made by the Egyptians to protect their wheat fields, especially along the Nile River. Even though they've been around for a long time, there are more effective ways to scare off birds. See, what happens is the birds get used to it, and after a while they're not scared. They don't think it's a person because it's not moving. It just stands there all the time. So I don't think they're that effective. So some other things you can do to get rid of birds. Some of these attempts include hanging tins in trees or noise guns. I don't know what a noise gun is, but crows are adaptable. They usually realize it's a trick. They enter the fields after a time anyway. Originally, farmers would fashion their scarecrows to look like, has anybody ever heard of this person, Priapus, who was the son of Dionysus and Aphrodite? Never heard of him. I guess he was a scary looking guy and he would scare away the people. However, there is more to it than just how a scarecrow looks. Birds are scared off also because of the smell of humans. See, it takes more than just the scarecrow. So you could put clothes on there that had human smells on the scarecrow. That's why they dress them up. Japanese farmers have also used scarecrows in the past. They would hang, this is gross, old rags, meat, and fish bones on their scarecrows. The smell would keep the birds away. German farmers used to make wooden witches for their fields because they believed the witches would draw the evil spirit of winter into their bodies. There are surprisingly dozens of scarecrow festivals. Where would you go to see a scarecrow festival? You would go to the United Kingdom. That's like England. What else is there? Wales, Scotland, maybe. This festival has, since the 90s, draws up to 10,000 people every year. Okay. Let's see. In medieval Britain, maybe this like 1300s, 1400s, 1500s, there was an actual job for young boys called a bird scarer. The boys would wander the field with bags of stones to throw at birds. Nice. That's a good, probably cool job for some young kids, throwing stones at birds. Unfortunately, after the Great Plague, the population was so low, there were not enough bird scares, so farmers started making scarecrows. The Great Plague. Yikes. The most famous scarecrow in fiction of all time is from The Wizard of Oz, right? He's looking for a brain. Another notable scarecrow is the short story written by Nathaniel Hawthorne called Feathertop. Anybody heard of that one? Nope. Feathertop was made into a play in 1908. Never heard of it. Let's see. I think that's it. I think we've exhausted all our scarecrows. Oh, here's a good one. Number 25. There's a Japanese village called Nagaro, which has 35 people who live there, but they have over 350 scarecrows. Wow, I think that's like a tourist trap thing, right? They just get people to go there to look at their scarecrows. There's a tourist attraction in Canada called Joe's Scarecrow Village. There you go. Nowadays, scarecrows are usually just used as a symbol for fall and harvest. That's what we think of them, right? That's what we think of them as. Let's see. The world record for the largest gathering of scarecrows in one location, of course, the UK, 3,812. That's it. I don't know. I've read better fun facts, I think, myself, but what can you do? Scarecrow is a scarecrow. Scarecrow is a scarecrow. Let's see. So let's go ahead and check out these dice. Let's do that. We'll have some fun here. There we are at our workstation. So if you're familiar with slimlines, now you could, let's just pretend we're going to do that. So I have a slimline card here from one of our previous episodes. It kind of looks like that. Think of it as like it fits into one of those like legal type of envelopes. So that's my slimline card. And I just want to take this and I want to make it so I can put my slimline character right on the front of that card. So let's go ahead and run this through the machine and see what we come up with. Now, I did cut a few pieces out yesterday to kind of work in advance with this. This first die cut we're gonna do is gonna kind of be the background. So the background here, and we're gonna make the background. Let's choose no, that won't work. Let's try something that will look a little bit different. Some darker background. This is like a really, really dark blue, midnight maybe. It has a little bit of shine to it. So we're gonna run this through first, and let's do that. Now, normally on a slimline, If we wanted to make just a slimline card, we would be folding the cardstock in half on this first time, but we're just adding this to a card front. So that's the difference, okay? We're just adding it to a card front. So let's go ahead and run it through here. Whoops. Sorry about that. You couldn't see exactly what I was doing. So all the way through the machine there. Had it all lined up really well. No catching or extra noises. Let's see. So this is what we'd have. We'd be putting our guy right here on the front. So let's go ahead and tape him down and see what we're going to do here. Let's see. Yeah, let's go this direction. Okay, I'll put a little adhesive on the back. We're not going to make a full card, but I'm just giving you some ideas. And you might want to add him right in the center there. And then we'll press down on that. I have a bone folder, kind of burnish that in there a little bit. So there would be the beginning. You could decorate the bottom. Do I have any things here that would work? I don't really have any fall looking things here, do I? But anyhow, you could put leaves, pumpkins, all kinds of fun stuff down there. We saw the idea where there's a little fence that he's next to. So that would be the basic base of your card. Then you can take the inside part of the die and you can run it through. And this is going to kind of give you different colors and different pieces of the Scarecrow that you can piece together yourself to decorate. So let's do that. We're just going to do one color. I did some of these yesterday. So some of the die cuts that I did yesterday, I can also use today. So I want to pick out something different that I didn't use yesterday. What might work? Gotta pick something different, a different color, just so it stands out a bit. So let me see what I can find here. I'm going through these and not finding any really colors. I'm seeing lots of white, and we can't use gray, and we can't use that blue. Would this work? Let's see. No, I don't really like that one either. Sorry. Let's see. My stuff's falling over here. Let's try this red. That'll be something different. Let's try red. So I've got that. And turn this down a little bit. I won't need all of that. Again, like we just did, we'll go ahead and run it through one time. But you'll see this die, the inside die, creates a lot of different little pieces of the character, which you can put together and decorate however you want. So you could have all kinds of crazy looking different Scarecrows. It's kind of up to you. So this version would be all red, but if I ran it through with, say, all blue pool there, or if I did it in like a storm or something like that, cloud, I could get all kinds of different colors. Each time the Scarecrow would come out in different colors, and I could mix and match him. I could also use pattern papers, run a pattern paper through there and get some different colors to use as we piece him together. So here we go. I'll lift that up. And so this is what it created. And you can see it's got all the little pieces there, but you can see they're just being held just by tiny little pieces, little chads, maybe you would call them. And you can trim these down and you can get different pieces of your Scarecrow. Right now, I'm just going to cut off the pants. For our version, we're just going to use these pants down here. You can see the little chads right there. Cut there. And then I will cut, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and cut on that side. Now, remember, if you are joining in late today, this is recorded, so you can go back and watch it. And if you have to step out, same thing, you can go back and watch later in the afternoon. This will get posted. So there's the pants. Let's go ahead and get our card out. Now, again, remember yesterday I said I had ran this through and created some different colors. So let's go ahead and get some of those that I die cut yesterday. And then stay tuned. We're going to do our good news segment here coming up. So here are some of the pieces that I had from yesterday. Where is my card base from today? How can that be missing? Oh, under here. It keeps getting messier and messier over here as each thing we create. Okay, there is the outline. Now I can take these different colors and I can start to put them together. So here I have his pants. Let's go ahead and get some adhesive on there, just enough to hold it in place. I can add his pants. And you can see this is creating how we've talked about shadows today. He's got a dark shadow behind him. That could be any color you want. If we would have wanted to do white, we could have. I grabbed some pattern paper yesterday, so I had this for the top. Now this guy's gonna probably look crazy. These colors won't coordinate, but I'm just gonna show you how you can kind of, if you're not used to paper piecing with dies, that is an option that you can do with Stamps of Life, because you get that inside die that not every company gives you. So there I've got his shirt. And we need, let's go ahead and get a face on there. Where would that go? Oh, let's do the hair. We'll do the hair. We could make the hat different, but to save time, we're going to leave the hat just as it is. We could do the hat with a different color, so the hair would stand out a little bit more. We're going to add that to there. And I have a face here. And a little face. We did the face in a different color. Again, all these colors, you could use any colors you want. You can mix and match them. It's up to you. So you've got your face there. Let's see. That will go in there. All right. We got some eyes. So there is a good idea. Without coloring or inking, you can piece this little guy together. I think you can see him pretty good. And that is the Stamps of Life Slim line. You can go crazy. You can decorate. He has a little thing for his neck where you could add this color here too. Let me see if I can get that to come off here. If I wanted to add a little extra, all the pieces you get, you can mix and match and add them and create them just how you want. Of course, you can go real nice like our designers did, much more decorative. They've done some coloring. They've added some little dots there, some line stitching, so different things you get. Here's our basic version, but you can also move up to these fancier versions as well. It's really nice to have something down either like here in his hand or by his feet. Just adds so much extra. So that's the Stamps of Life Slimline. Fold it, die set. Okay, fold it, die set from the Stamps of Life all the way back in October of 2021. October of 2021. So that little guy is on the website. If you have it, now's the season. Think fall, think Thanksgiving even. You could use a Scarecrow at Thanksgiving. It's very fall. And you could also use it for Halloween. Halloween would be good. Give them a little trick-or-treat basket or some candy or something like that. That would be fun. All right, we are, what did I do today? Give me 1 second. This is terrible. Where's I'll be right back, because you know what I forgot? I forgot my Bible. Even my iPad Bible. So give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to find that screen where it says be right back. So hang in there. Let me find it. Be right back. I apologize. I was not prepared. Be right back. And I might even be able to talk to you while I'm going to get this. I don't know if you can hear me. So if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. I'm going around the corner and I'm going up to where my other computer is, where I do most of my computer work all day. Oh, there's the iPad I would use. My Bible's in my backpack, but just to speed that up, I'm going to use my Bible on the iPad that I hear, or my tablet. And again, I use the YouVersion Bible app. There's lots of good Bible apps, and a lot of them are free. So if you need a Bible and you want a free one, and they usually have lots of different versions, so whatever reading level you like to read on, you have those options. Okay, I can get rid of that be right back message. Let's see. Let me get rid of that. I am back. Ta-da, my Bible. I got it. Sorry about that. Here I thought I was all ready to go today. And you could hear me while I went around the corner. Great. I didn't know how far away this mic would go. So one person was listening. All right. So we are in Proverbs 20. What did I say? 29. 29 today. And we have this cool verse. Now, in life, Let me make sure I get the Bible pulled up here. Doesn't it seem like if you were really rich or really wealthy that everything would go good? That seems like our natural tendency, right? We always go, like, if we would have really won $1 million today on that game, we'd be so happy. We'd be like, oh, this is the best ever, right? That's at least how we think. But you know what? The Bible tells us that being rich or wealthy isn't always what it is cut out to be. Isn't always what it's cut out to be. Let me see if I can grab something here. So that's which is kind of surprising. But it seems like to be wealthy and being prospering financially would make life a lot easier, and which I kind of think it would. But we also have some warnings here today. So we are on verse 29 and let's see, did I do this right? Am I in the right chapter? Let me see. Give me 1 second here. I think I might have put the wrong verses down again. Oh gosh, let's see. Did I do the wrong chapter? We are actually in chapter 30. I'm off one chapter. Chapter 30, verse 8 and 9. Chapter 30, verse 8 and 9. I don't know why am I messing this up so much lately. So chapter 30 from Proverbs, verse 8 and 9. And here it goes. Verse 8 and 9 says, and we kind of start in the second part of verse 8. It says, give me neither riches. Well, let me find our verse. Sorry about this. I'm goofing up today. Help me, Lord, not to mess this up. Let's see. Media. Nope. There we go. So at the first part of this verse, in which it does connect, I should have added this. It says, remove falsehood and lies from me. So thinking that either being rich or poor might have some advantages. We'll find that out in a second. But it says, give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food allotted to me, lest I be full and deny you and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of the Lord. So in both situations, whether a person is poor or rich, they're not getting closer to the Lord. They're drawing away. So I talked about, it seems like if we had a lot and we were wealthy, that we'd say, hey, this is great. God's blessed me. I'm just going to enjoy it. But nope, that's not how it works. And then it says, so, and of course, if we were in the situation where we were poor and we didn't have much, that could cause us problems too, right? The Proverbs is going to tell us here. So what does it say? There are dangers for all of us in being either rich or being poor. And what are those dangers? So a person who is in poverty, a person who doesn't have much, it says right here, what might they do? What does it tell us they might do? It says that they might choose, again, my chapter was wrong in that. So if you're looking for the verse, you want to be in chapter 30, verse 8 and 9. Okay, again, I apologize. I don't know why I put 29 down, but I did. So the person who is in poverty might choose to steal, to figure out a way to do things their own way, right? They're going to say, you know what? I don't have enough. I have to take matters into my own hands. I have this need, and the only way I can do it is to do it myself. So that can be something that happens when we don't have much. And then on the opposite side, we have the person who has so much. It says, what does it say here? It says in our verse, it says, if I have too much, I might say, who is the Lord? It says, I might be full and deny you and say, who is the Lord? So a rich person might have this problem where they have so much and they've been blessed and prospered in so many ways that they feel like, I've done it myself, or I don't need God anymore. Look, I have all this food in my home, or I have all this money in my bank account. So I don't need to trust in the Lord anymore. I'm just going to trust in myself. So you see how being somebody who has a lot or somebody who has just a little can influence either way. But the warning is either one of these situations can draw us away from God. So we have to be really careful about that. We don't want to let anything draw us away from God. And so the tendency is if we have a lot or we don't have much, that these things can draw us away from God. So that is the warning. And so the writer here, his name is Agur. If you see that earlier in chapter 30, we don't know who he was, but that is the name, and he is attributed with this this proverb. So he's saying, don't give me too much, Lord, and don't give me too little, because I don't want to do anything that would draw me away from you, being in either one of those situations. Now, most of us are going to end up in that situation where we're kind of in between, right? We may not be super rich, like we're not millionaires, and we might not be in a situation where we're really poor, where we just don't even have enough food to eat or clothes to live. Hopefully we're somewhere in between, but it's possible we might be put into those situations. So in the Lord's eyes, everybody is equal. So whether we have a lot or just a little, or we're somewhere in between, but our response is, what are we going to do with those situations that God puts us in? So if we are poor and we just have a little or just enough to get by, how am I going to learn to make the most out of what God has given to me? How am I going to be a person who doesn't complain, but a person who trusts in the Lord, rather than this person who we read about before here, who says, I'm just going to steal and do what I need to do for myself? Am I going to learn to trust in the Lord and to be content, even though perhaps he hasn't given me much, but just enjoy that to the best of our ability? Now, if we're people who are in between, this should just be an everyday thing, because we're not tempted to be extravagant, because we're not rich, and we're not tempted to steal things or take matters into our own hands because we have enough. So if you're in between, you're okay. But then on the other end, if you're the wealthy person and you have a lot, you have to say, how can I make the most out of this situation? Because if I just start to trust in my wealth instead of the Lord, that would be a bad situation. And if I need to be making sure that I'm trusting in God, and then God's blessed me with a lot, how can I be generous with it? How can I give it to other people or share it or do some good with it? Those would be wise things for us to do. So in either situation, we really want to be in touch with the Lord. If we have a lot, we want to be thankful, and we want to give thanks to God, because everything we have has been given to us by him. And if we just have a little and we're just getting by, we want to be able to say, you know what, God, you are enough for me, and I'm going to find my contentment in you. Now, for any of us, these situations could change in life. Maybe there was a point in life we had a lot and we lost it, and now we're going through a challenging time. Person who's been struggling for a long time, maybe some inheritance or some blessing comes along, or something changes in their life and they get out of that difficult situation. So always know that the Lord has good plans for you and things that he wants to entrust to you. I want to read again this thing, because the important thing is that we trust in the Lord. And so let's bring that verse up again. So he says, give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food allotted to me, lest I be full and deny you and say, who is the Lord? So the rich person saying, I don't need God. Or the poor person stealing and saying, making God look bad. We don't want to make God look bad. We want to make the Lord look really awesome and good. So how can we do that? There's different situations God places each of us. It could be different for all of us. Let's make the most of it. Let's rejoice in what God has done for us. And then kind of finishing up, let's remember that, life is very, very, how is life? Life is very, very short, right? Doesn't time go really fast now? Time goes fast. We're not going to be here. We're not going to be here on this earth forever. So time is short. The important thing for us to do is that we want to be thinking of things that have eternal value. So that is our own souls. The people who are around us, they're going to live forever. But all the other things, all our other possessions, all the stuff we have, whether we have a lot or a little, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. And then let's be mindful that, one day if we've chosen to follow Jesus and trust in him, we're going to end up being with him in heaven for all of eternity. And the Bible says that if you have trusted in the Lord, if I have trusted in the Lord, we're going to be co-heirs with Christ. That means that everything that belongs to Jesus also belongs to you and also belongs to me. How rich, how rich does that make you? Or how wealthy does that make me? Think of everything that belongs to God. It says he also belongs to you and to me. And that's going to go on forever and ever. That's really good news, huh? That is really, really good news. So whatever your situation here is on earth, just be mindful. It's only for a short amount of time. This life, if you look back, it's gone pretty fast, don't you think? When I look back on my life, I'm like, wow. And I have less years now to go than I've already passed up. But with the Lord, it's going to be eternity. And what does that mean? It goes on forever and ever and ever. That's exciting. And I think we're going to feel so blessed. And we're going to say, this is awesome, Lord. It's so awesome to be with you. So again, let's make the most of life here. Let's enjoy what God is doing in our lives here on earth. Find contentment. Be generous as much as you can. Trust in the Lord. Depend on him. Don't take matters into your own hands. I need to not try to do things my own way. Or, there's always those get-rich schemes or those kind of things. Don't trust in any of those things. Let's just trust in Jesus. Let's do that. All right, that's it for Take Two Tuesday today. This was episode number 82. Thank you all for hanging out with me. It was fun. Too bad that millionaire, the million we won wasn't real. That would have been nice. But we won our game today. That was good. So I'm proud of all of you. You helped me at least on half of those questions. And then we saw our items. We looked at the little Peeps Kirstin and the Scarecrow. We did some Scarecrow fun facts. We had fun. At least I had fun. So good times today. I will see you Thursday night. Don't forget, Thursday night is our big night. Do I have that banner? Remember Thursday night. What's going on? We have the new card kit's going to be revealed. We're going to have a flash sale and the HSN sneak peek all in one night. So will it go for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or 4? I don't know. But I will be there. I'll be joining you 5 o'clock Pacific time. And that will be 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and probably Instagram if it works. Every once in a while, Instagram fails us, but most of the time it's been working lately. So have a wonderful day, all of you. Enjoy these last bits of summer. At least, again, the summer season goes on for a while, but we're going back to school. We're going back to work. We're going back to college, some of you. Whatever you're up to, and just enjoy the summer days and have fun. And be blessed. All right. I will see you next week for Take Two Tuesday. Number will be up to 83 next week. 83. Exciting. We're trying to get to 100. And with that, have a great day. Bye-bye.